Very cool.
Also, this poor man, because he's
All right.
only 45 years old, and he
Mm-hmm.
looks like a man of 17.
Yes, he looks like an older man. All right, so jurors give $289 million to a man they say got cancer from Monsanto's Roundup weed killer. This article is from CNN. Here we see an image of a judge, perhaps reading some of the information, and perhaps will render some decision. All right, let's start with CNN. Would you read, please?
San Francisco jurors just ruled that Roundup, the most popular weed killer in the world, gave a former school groundskeeper terminal cancer.
Okay, I'll read the same. San Francisco jurors just ruled that Roundup, the most popular weed killer in the world, gave a former school groundskeeper terminal cancer.
What's a former school groundskeeper?
Okay, well, that's a great question. The word former means something that came before, or
Yes, I understand.
and then a school, of course, is a place where children go to learn. Groundskeeper is someone who maintains the grass, the shrubbery, the trees. They pick up the trash.
Okay.
So a former school's groundskeeper, which means he no longer does this job.
Okay, it's a gardener.
A governor?
A gardener.
A gardener. Yeah, I guess you would call it a gardener in other countries except the U.S. I don't think we call them gardeners. Well, maybe we do, but I think of a gardener as someone who is picking peas, corn, things that you grow to eat, not as a person who is a groundskeeper who maintains the yard.
Okay, this is okay. I understand.
Excuse me. Continue.
So,
his name is Dwayne.
So they awarded him 289 million in damages, mostly to punish the agricultural company Monsanto.
Okay. Bernard, I've got to go get some water. I'm strangling. Yes, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
So they awarded him 289 million in damages, mostly to punish the agricultural company Monsanto.
Okay, so I will read. So they awarded him $289 million in damages, mostly to punish the agricultural company Monsanto. So they gave him $289 million for that. And actually, I just bought some of that Roundup 2 days ago and sprayed it on my yard. Okay, go on.
The Wayne Johnson victory Friday could set a massive precedent for thousands of other cases claiming Monsanto famous herbicide causes non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Okay. Dwayne Johnson's victory Friday could set a massive precedent for thousands of other cases claiming Monsanto's famous herbicide causes non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Johnson's case was the first to go to trial because doctors said he was near death. And in California, dying plaintiffs can be granted expedited trials.
Okay. Johnson's case was the first to go to trial because doctors said he was near death. And in California, dying plaintiffs can be granted expedited trials. Okay, so there were some mispronounced words, but you did read them as if you knew what they were. So expedited means to do something quickly. All right.
Okay.
This word expedited, it means to do something quickly.
Okay, because he's going to die.
Because he's going to die. Herbicide, that of course is some chemical of sorts.
Yes, it's the same word in French.
I see. Are there any questions about what
No,
you
I
read?
understand. I
All right.
understand.
So I think that to be awarded that amount of money is going to send a very strong message to the company. $289 million. Of course, the attorneys are going to get a tremendous amount of that. The attorneys on the other side, on Monsanto's side, will probably appeal this decision, and it will not be $289 million. Or that would be their hope, that the company will not have to pay that amount of money. And all right, let's go on to see what else we can find out. I would imagine that this would be the man.
Yes.
Okay. Can you continue to read? CNN reported.
CNN reported last year that more than 800 patients were suing Monsanto, claiming Roundup gave them cancer. Since then, hundreds more plaintiffs, including cancer patients, their spouses, or their estates, have also sued Monsanto, making similar claims.
Okay, so here we have uh, patients, and that's it. Okay, continue. After 3 days.
3 days of deliberation this week, the jury at the Superior Court of California in San Francisco awarded Johnson $250 million in punitive damages and about $39 million in compensatory damages.
Okay, this is going to be 39 millions. 39 million, I mean, $39 million, dollars with an S.
$39 million.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
I won't change the fact,
it
won't change the fact that Johnson's two sons might lose their dad soon, but it will help them live more comfortably, Johnson attorney Timothy Lisenburg said.
Okay, this is going to be live. So CNN reported last year that more than 800 patients were suing Monsanto, claiming Roundup gave them cancer. Since then, hundreds more plaintiffs, including cancer patients, their spouses, or their estates, have also sued Monsanto, making similar claims. After 3 days of deliberations this week, the jury at the Superior Court of California in San Francisco awarded Johnson $250 million in punitive damages and about $39 million in compensatory damages. It won't change the fact that Johnson's two sons might lose their dad soon, but it will help them live more comfortably. Johnson's attorney, Timothy Litzenberg, said. Okay. All right, let's go on and see. He looks very sad with lesions on his face. Let me read this part and then we'll discuss. Lesions on much of his body. Johnson, 46, applied Roundup weed killer 20 to 30 times per year while working as a groundskeeper for a school district near San Francisco, his attorneys said. He testified that during his work, he had 2 accidents in which he was soaked with the product. The first accident happened in 2012. 2 years later, in 2014, he was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. On bad days, Johnson is too crippled to speak. Lesions cover as much as 80% of his body. Litzenberg said the most heartbreaking part of Johnson's testimony was when the father of 2 described telling his sons that he had terminal cancer. Johnson's wife now works 2 40-hour-per-week jobs to support the family, Litzenberg said. All right, so as we look at this, it's quite disturbing to see a human's body in this much uh, damage. What are your thoughts about what you've read? What are your thoughts about the compensation? Or what are your thoughts about the company Monsanto? Or
Uh,
whatever it is you wish to speak about.
yes. Yesterday, by chance, I saw a program about the subject on the television news, and I saw the poor man who impressed all the testimony. But Monsanto is a big company who is really criticized in all the world. What I don't understand is after so many years, Monsanto is always at the top of the companies and had never been punished because it seems that the Roundup is criticized by right and it must be forbidden by all the states. In France, for example, there's a big battle in the Europe country, in the Europe countries, and France had decided that the glyphosate will be forbidden definitively until 3 years.
Mhm.
The European Commission wanted to be forbidden the glyphosate in 5 years, and France fight to have 3 years only. But it's a big problem because some of the gardeners are not agree with this decision. And it was a political discussion, a political issue between the government and the gardeners and the ecologists.
Mhm. Mm. So Monsanto is big business worldwide. It is an excellent product in getting rid of the weeds, but I didn't know that it had uh, these types of dangerous effects. It seems, though, that this um, groundskeeper apparently was soaked in this um, herbicide at some point. And that probably isn't matter how he became soaked in it, but it does raise the question as to how did he get soaked in it. But and I think I may be speaking from a smaller mindset because I only use a small container. I'm not spraying a huge amount of anything for a sustained period of time. Do you
Yes,
think?
but I suppose it's not necessary to be soaked by the product to develop a cancer
Mm-hmm,
because even if you are very careful when you spread the product, you breathe the gas of the product, no? Don't you think
mm-hmm.
so? And it could be dangerous too, I
Okay.
suppose, because most people have developed a cancer in using these products, the scientists say.
Mm-hmm.
Some
So it's not someone that's doing a huge amount of yard work. It could be someone that's maintaining their own yard that is getting the bad effects of the chemicals. Well, it's interesting. I think I will follow this news to see what happens. I wish his family, his children, his wife, I wish them the best. And I feel so sorry and sad for this man. All righty. So this will take us to the end of our lesson for today. I will be available Sunday. Are you available Sunday?
tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, not tomorrow, because
Okay.
surely this night will come back late in the night.
I
And,
see.
oh yes, tomorrow surely I will sleep. I will oversleep in my turn.
All right. So what about Monday?
Monday, yes, yes.
All right. Well, we will continue on Monday.